Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Hoffman, and I hope that you all enjoyed this assignment as much as I did. I'm curious to see who all, if any, practiced mindfulness before this assignment and to what extent. This is not the first time that I have practiced or been introduced to the practice of mindfulness. I really enjoy and follow Jon Kabat-Zinn. As an employee wellness program manager at a school district, I especially enjoy reading studies on his mindfulness-based stress reduction program and the impact it has on teachers as well as nurses who are experiencing symptoms of stress, burnout, and compassion fatigue. Personally, I like to incorporate mindfulness into my day, but typically my sessions are 2 to 3 minutes at max 5 minutes. I also try different kinds of mindfulness exercises like mindful eating. I enjoy a small piece of dark chocolate almost every night while working on homework. And I make sure that when I eat it, I am mindful and I look at it, smell it, feel it, and taste it. I make sure that when I eat it, I stop working on homework, close my laptop, and silence my phone. This way, there are no distractions. Other mindfulness exercises I practice include guided meditation, silent meditation, and mindful walking. Sometimes when I am practicing silent meditation, I repeat a few different mantras and incorporate positive talk. Common mantras that I use include when I breathe in, everything's going to be, and then I pause. And then when I breathe out, I say, okay. Other times I will repeat as I breathe in, let it, pause, and then as I exhale, I repeat, go. When I first started practicing mindfulness, I could not just sit in silence. I found that I needed guided meditation because even though it is an important aspect of meditation to identify when your mind wanders to bring it calmly back to focusing on your breath, I found that very hard. As I practiced it more and more, I was able to extend my time and type of practice. Now, when I practice meditation, I use an app called Insight Timer. This app has a variety of different types and lengths of meditation, including guided meditation. On this app, I also created my own that incorporates a tone bar at the beginning and end of the exercise, and I get to set the length of time. My favorite mindfulness exercise is when I go on a hike and take several minutes to pause and simply be in the present on that hike, in that specific area, at that specific time. I live in Colorado, so I try to hike at least once a week outside in the mountains. If I do not practice mindfulness while hiking, I tend to find myself planning my next hike or planning everything that I need to do after my hike. In return, I find that I miss out on the current beauty of that hike that I am on. As I take time to pause, I find that my senses are heightened. I can hear better, smell the great outdoors, feel the sunshine or cool breeze, and even taste the fresh air. These tend to be my longest practice times, lasting around 10 minutes. When I first read the directions for assignment 5, I could not help but think it was going to be very difficult incorporating 10 minutes of mindfulness into my already very tight day. Initially, I found myself asking how I was going to include the 10 minutes into my routine. There were a few days where I was definitely off of my routine, like on the weekends, and I found that to be harder, but I tried really hard to incorporate it into my day. First, it took me to identify when in my routine I would now practice the 10 minutes of exercise, and if I could just use my current time and extend it. What I discovered is that I like to practice my 10 minutes first thing in the morning before I start my homework. I wake up around 4:45 in the morning to get 1 hour of homework in before I have to get ready for work. The 10 minutes before I start my homework really helped me, and I felt more calm. I also tried a couple of times to practice my 10 minutes before bed, but I found that I would just fall asleep. I do not tend to have issues falling asleep, but I could see how practicing mindfulness or meditation before bed would help an individual who struggles with sleep. Completing a mindfulness exercise can really help calm the mind so they can fall asleep. One way that I try to slip in mindfulness during my workday is to start out meetings that I am leading with a mindfulness minute, or I will end with a mindfulness exercise. This always seems to be really well received by the other participants. I find that it is something that I value in other facilitators of meetings because they really show that they care and the importance of including it into a corporation's culture. This assignment really pushed me to practice mindfulness more consistently for longer sessions. I feel like it is something that now I know I am capable of including into my everyday. I have found that I can start out my day with a 10-minute mindfulness exercise, and I can incorporate smaller bouts into my day while I'm at work or while I'm eating my chocolate treat at the end of the day. I feel this is important and something that I should prioritize, just like I prioritize physical exercise. The combination of both really helps calm my thoughts and anxieties. Prior to this assignment, I was in the habit of waiting until I was in a stressed or anxious state of mind before I would complete a mindfulness exercise. This is important that I can identify when I'm in that stress state and to use mindfulness at that time. But if I practice it more consistently, then I predict I can find myself in a relaxed state and more mindful frequently. Then, once a stressor does hit, it will lessen the impact. I look forward to seeing all of your videos and hearing your experiences with this mindfulness exercise.